What's up, everybody? Dsmoovee here with a very, very, very special guest at STL TV. He's an actor, writer, and a singer. Look, he's starring in over 25 films, and you've seen him all over TV. I'm here with my guy, Christian Keys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
And I appreciate you coming, man. Look, you're in St. Louis, you're here, and you're doing your thing. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to actually come here. Got a couple questions for you, but first, can you introduce yourself to the people, let them know who you are, let them know what you do?
What's going on, y'all? My name is Christian Keys. I am a father, a believer, a goofball. I'm an actor, writer, and singer, and an authentic human being.
I need to start my bios like that. I should always say I'm a father first. But
that's the best thing.
That's the
flyest thing about me.
Man, I love that, man. When you decided to become an actor, Brother Christian, what was that moment like, or what happened, man?
Man, nerves. Wasn't even sure about it. Was kind of tepid about it. Tiptoed into it. Had a couple auditions. Like right before 2000, I was doing some commercials in Michigan, doing some local theater, and then in maybe '02, I got an audition for the first national gospel musical. Mm-hmm. It was Turn the Country, though. And I booked it, and I was like, oh, Lord, what do I do now? So as soon as I booked it, I jumped into every class I could get my hands on and grabbed every book from the University of Barnes & Noble and started studying it, because I didn't want to just be up there rehearsed lines and memorized lines. I wanted to be able to bring some life and give it some meaning. And the more I honored that blessing, the more it blessed me back. The more opportunities came, and I was even more ready. And every project, it felt like I was more and more honest, more and more fearless, and more appreciative of the opportunity.
Absolutely, man. You coming out of Detroit, bro, in the 80s. Talk to me, how did you not get caught up in that drug life? Because I know in the 80s, Detroit was a rough city.
You know what? I was born in Detroit. A couple of my foster homes were there. Most of them were in Flint, Michigan.
Absolutely.
But Flint is just a smaller, slightly more country version of Detroit. It's melanated and beautiful.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I really didn't have the heart to do that.
You are an actor now. Talk to us about that. I want to know, what was the hardest role that you've had, and why was it hard?
Hardest role that I've ever had. You know what? There's only like one or two types of characters that I don't want to play, because if you make it really, really honest, some of that residue gets in your spirit.
Absolutely.
You know, and you gotta, the heavy ones, you know, when I played a stalker, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
I seen that movie too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm headbutting the door trying to get in, and that wasn't even in the script. I was just in it. It was fun because I'm never gonna be a stalker in real life. Probably not gonna be a preacher. But if I get to play one, I'm gonna lean into it and make it honest. If there's any characters that I just don't want to play, like somebody who does bad things to children, or sexually assaults women, I don't want that. Mm-hmm. I don't want that on me. You know what I mean? Like
that stank, it kind of follows you.
I'll play a serial killer.
Yeah.
Now, I know that might sound hypocritical, but it's a different kind of thing. So
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, there hasn't been, if I accept it, I'm usually in. I'm usually gonna lean in, accept the challenge. I'm intrigued by the role, and I'm gonna see what happens and roll the dice. But I'm gonna come in fully prepared, but also flexible when the director gives me any adjustments or notes, and just try to make it as great as possible.
I love that. I love how you can adjust on the fly.
Gotta be able to.
You gotta be able to. You're multi-talented, man. You're not only a actor, you're not only a singer, you're also an author. Talk to us about that. What made you want to get into book writing?
The challenge of it. I wanted to know if I could do it. I learned how to write scripts first, and one of my mentors in the writing space, Carl Weber, who's got 30 New York Times bestsellers, he kind of gave me some pointers and tips, but he was like, yeah, man, if you can write 90 pages in this script, you got something. That script ended up being Ladies' Night, my first novel.
Wow. I
was shopping it already, and none of the studios and networks were understanding how big it could be and what it could be. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if I got a good script and the book's out and the book is getting buzz, it's gonna be almost impossible for these networks and studios to say no. So I gotta man up and get these 250 pages down. and here we are, you know, cut to 2019, and I'm licensing my show that I created to Tyler Perry Studios. So I'm glad I did, but it's just you're just painting with different paints
canvases.
and different brushes. You know, you're still just painting. You just have to you're allowed more detail.
Absolutely. Writing is your art and as well as singing. But to see your book become a TV show, what's that feeling like for you, man?
Brother, I'm still over the moon. I still randomly just get this rush of, first of all, gratefulness, and then, you know, because God is a genius and a comedian. And then it feels amazing, man. Just, it's like holding my book in my hands for the first time. You know, you pour so much into it in those lonely hours of that creative space, and you hope it's going to be something amazing. And when it comes out and it's even better than you imagined in your head, that's the good stuff.
You talk about favor, man, and of course it's on your shirt. Talk to us about that, because I know it's a clothing brand. We got to talk a little bit off air.
Yeah.
It's a clothing brand that you also partnered with a good friend with. Talk to us about that and some of your other joint ventures that you're doing with Black-owned businesses.
That's partnering with and bringing awareness to and investing in and or spending money with Black-owned businesses has always been an important thing to me. It's easy to take our money to, you know, this store or that brand, but favor. I met this brother at the gym, and he walked past and some shirt that was amazing. I'm like, man, why don't I have one of those? What is that brand, and why don't I own it? Own something of it. Yeah. And so I got to chopping it up with him, and we've been tight since, man. That was probably 6-7 years ago, and he started a clothing brand called Favor Elite Apparel. I dug his vision, and you see me in it all the time because I believe in it. And who don't want favor?
Absolutely.
So
man.
it's Brian Reynolds is the gentleman, and I want to see where, you know, the thing that he created goes, because it's gonna go. I feel like it's gonna be in department stores in another 1.5 to 2 years.
Absolutely, man. Again, favor. Talk about favor. Your song "So Sweet" and "Under That Veil" has Billboard top 30 R&B songs in the country. To have that kind of accomplishment, talk to us about how grateful you feel, one, but how does it feel to see coming back after 12 years to put out a great album?
Incredible. I write for a living most of the time, and I find it hard to put into words how it feels. You can get comfortable in the acting space, been there for 23 years. It's scary to step out and venture off into music, very scary. But sometimes you got to do it afraid. If it doesn't compromise your integrities, your values, your morals, and you're passionate about this thing, then you got to do it afraid, do it nervous, educate and prepare yourself, but go after it, because God can't bless it if we don't build it. So I always say we got to give God something to water, and I think me doing the album was the thing that I wanted him to water. But I had to, you know, invest in myself, put in the time, the effort, the energy, the vocal coaches, the mentors, you name it, you know, pull the best team I could together, and here we are. So I'm very excited to have the first 2 singles come out and hit the top 30 Billboard R&B chart.
The album is called "Get Involved."
Yes, sir.
And that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be getting involved with you.
Yeah.
Describe that feeling of your music, and what vibes will that album give us, man?
Get involved. You're gonna get some. If some of the songs feel like 90s R&B with a 2025 feel to it, it's fresh.
That's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it's bluesy. You know, "Cook My Dinner Naked" is definitely full-on blues. "Here Comes Trouble" is bluesy, but it's just honest musical moments. I feel like, regardless of who you are, if you put an album out and it's honest and clever and fun and dope, I'm bumping it. And I think if you make honest musical moments and give them that, and give them pieces of yourself, who you truly are, they'll get it. It'll resonate with people, and they'll rock with it and support it. If I just try to knock off somebody else, you know, or do, you know, because Chris Brown's killing it, so I try to sound like what he's doing, I'm not going to be successful. If I try to knock off what Usher's doing, and he's amazing, I'm not going to be successful. If I do my most clever, honest, and brave version of the music, the sides of love and relationships and loving and whatever else I want to talk about, then people would be like, yeah, I mess with that.
That's authentic, my brother. I appreciate you so much. Once again, Brother Christian, we thank you so much for joining us here at STL TV. Appreciate you what you're doing, and I appreciate the album that's going to come out, because they're definitely going to get involved with that, man.
Appreciate it.
Please let people know how they can follow you, how they can tap in with you, and everything like that.
Got you. It's pretty simple. I only have one Facebook page, Instagram page, YouTube, and TikTok. Actor Christian Keys. No numbers, no slashes, no dashes. That's my TikTok, that's my Facebook, and that's my YouTube. @ Christian Keys, CHRISTIANKEYES is my Instagram. And one more thing too, I partnered with an amazing woman named Deborah Hubbard, and we created Black Don't Crack skincare. She already had Black Don't Crack. She trademarked it years ago. Brilliant, rock star black woman, love her to death. I've always wanted to do a skincare line. She's always wanted to do one. We partnered on one, and it comes out top of 2024. The facial moisturizer. Because people have been asking, hey man, you how old? What's your skin regimen? You beige vampire? Like they give me grief about it, but you got to take care of yourself internally and externally. We only get one face. We only get one set of skin, so you got to take care of your skin.
Absolutely.
And so please, y'all, be on the lookout for Black Don't Crack skincare as well.
Dsmoovee Shabazz here with Christian Keys. Make sure you follow STL TV at stltv.net. Make sure you visit the website as well.